Hello everyone, in this tutorial you will create the model of the body of the butterfly valve assembly as shown here. Its views and dimensions are shown in the same figure. After creating the model, modify the location of the curved feature on the top face by changing the dimension 175 mm to 200 mm. The dimensions of the remaining 5 instances should also change automatically to create this model. First, we'll create the base feature on the XZ plane. Then, we will define two new offset work planes to create two cylindrical joint features on the cylindrical face of the base feature. And then, we will add counterbore hole and three smaller holes on the front face of the second feature. Then we will create curve sketch feature with a hole on the top face of the model, and then we will use the circular pattern tool to create the pattern of this feature, and finally we will mirror all three instances of the circular pattern on the bottom face of the model. After creating the features, we will add dimensions to them. Now we will create the base feature. Open a new metric standard part file. Then create the base feature on the XZ plane. Use the Start 2D Sketch tool and select the XZ plane as a sketching plane. And use the Circle tool and take the origin as the center of the two circles in the sketch of the base feature. The dimensions of these two circles are shown here. Use the Dimension tool to add dimension to the sketch. After adding the dimensions, the sketch is fully defined, so exit the sketching environment. Use the Home button here, then extrude the sketch by using the Extrude tool up to a distance of 225 mm with the Symmetric option. Now choose the OK button to close the dialog box. So this is the base feature of the model. Choose the Home button. Now we will create joint features on the cylindrical faces of the base feature. Since the base feature was created, taking the origin as the center of the circles, you can use the XY plane to create the offset work plane. Select the offset from plane tool and select the XY plane. And we need to create a plane at a distance of 160 mm from this plane. So enter 160 in the edit box and choose the OK button. Now define a new sketch plane on work plane 1 and draw the sketch. This one. Draw the sketch of the first joint feature using the origin of the new sketch plane as the center. Use the Dimension tool to add dimension to this circle. The diameter of this circle is 200. Enter 200 in the edit box and exit the sketching environment. Now invoke the Extrude tool, then extrude the sketch using the next option from the behavior node. Here in the preview, you will see a joint feature is created. Now choose the OK button. Click on the Home button here. So this is the model after creating the joint feature. Similarly, define a new work plane using the offset from plane tool at an offset of -325 from work plane 1. Choose the OK button. Now use the Start 2D Sketch tool and use this plane. Create a sketch of the second joint feature. The diameter of this is 75. So use the dimension tool. You can rotate the view and add dimension to the sketch 75 and exit the sketching environment and invoke the extrude tool. Then extrude the sketch using the to next option from the behavior node. Now choose the OK button. So this is the model. After creating the second join feature, choose the home button to orient the model. Now we will create the counterbore hole and drilled holes on the front face of the first join feature. Use the hole tool and select the counterbore button. Enter the parameters here using this 100, 25 and this is 56 and select the distance option here and enter 310. After entering the parameters of the hole, select this face and using the control key, select this edge to locate the center of the counterbore hole. Now choose the OK button to create the hole. You can rotate your model to see how the hole has been created. Use the home button to orient the model. Now we will create a sketch point on the front face of the first join feature to locate the hole. Choose the Start 2D Sketch tool and select this face as a sketching plane and choose the point tool. And we will specify the location here by clicking on it. Here you will note that the pitch circle diameter is 150. So use the dimension tool and select this point and enter 150 divided by 2 in the added box and ensure that to apply vertical constraint between origin and this point to fully define the whole center point. Now exit the sketching environment, invoke the hole tool and select the none button here. And the diameter of the hole is 24 and the depth is 15. So change the depth to 15 and the diameter of the hole is 24 and choose the OK button to create the hole. Now create a circular pattern containing 3 instances of the drilled hole. So choose the circular pattern tool, select this hole and click on this button and select this face as the axis and enter the number of instances, say 3, and choose the OK button to create the drilled holes. So this is the model after creating the counterbore hole and 3 smaller drilled holes. Choose the home button. Now we will create the third join feature on the top face of the base feature. Choose the Start 2D Sketch tool and define a new sketch plane on the top face of the base feature and draw the sketch for this feature. Now trim the unwanted sketches and add dimension to the sketch. 50, and the location of the hole is 175. And the diameter of this hole is 47. And select the vertical constraint to apply vertical constraint between the origin and the center point of this circle. This can be a variable. Move this line up to here so that it acts as a join feature. So it will not create a problem because it will join with this base feature. Now exit the sketching environment and extrude the sketch up to 32 mm. And ensure that join button is selected in the output node and choose the OK button to close the dialog box. So this is the model after creating the third join feature on the top face of the base feature. Now we will create the circular pattern of the third join feature. Choose the circular pattern tool and select the feature. And then select this button and select this face as an axis. And enter 3 in the edit box. And now choose the OK button. The model after creating the circular pattern is shown here. You can click on the home button to zoom out the model. We will mirror the features on the bottom face of the base feature. To create these features, choose the mirror tool and then select the third join feature created on the top face of the base feature. And then click on this button and select the XZ plane from the browser bar as the mirror plane and choose the OK button. So this is the model after mirroring the features. Choose the home button to orient the model. Now we will modify the dimensions of the feature on the top face of the model. Note that out of the 3 instances of the joint feature on the top face and the 3 instances on the bottom face, only one was actually sketched. The rest were created either using the circular pattern tool or using the mirror tool. Therefore, if you modify the original feature, the rest of the features will be automatically modified. So right click on the extrusion 4 in the browser bar to display a shortcut menu. From this menu, choose Show Dimensions. The basic sketch of the third join feature is displayed along with its dimension. Double-click on this dimension. The Added Dimension toolbar is displayed. Enter 200 in this and press the Enter key on changing the dimension value of the sketch of the third join feature. The sketch gets modified. Now go to the Manage tab and choose the Local Update button here. And you will see how the model gets changed. But here, you need to make the modification in your sketch. So, use the Edit Sketch button here. And to correct it, use the Project Geometry tool and project this circle. And use the Extend tool to extend the sketch. And trim the unwanted sketches. And then exit the sketching environment and choose the Accept button. Here you will note that some errors are displayed here. Right-click on the extrusion 4 and select Edit Feature option here. And select this region again and choose the OK button. Now you will notice that your model looks fine. Even if you try to change the dimension again, say 175, and use the Local Update button, Now the model looks fine. So again, if I change the dimension to say 200, now it will not create the kind of problem that was noticed earlier. So that is why while creating the sketch in the sketching environment, you need to be cautious while creating the sketch. Now click on the home button to orient the model and now save the file by using the save button. Then enter the name of the file in the file name edit box, say C07TUT03, and choose the save button to save the file. So here in this video, you have learned how to create the base feature, how to create the join features by using a plane, how to add counterbore holes and drilled holes to the model, how to create the join feature, pattern it and then mirror it, and then how to edit the dimensions of a model. Thank you for watching this video.